I'm Dr. Marion Mouton, principal in Fort Worth ISD, and I had the privilege of interviewing Dr. Kimberly Ellison with Gems and Gemstones. I had the privilege of meeting Dr. Ellison this summer when I spoke with a group of her youngsters at a camp that she's sponsored. So Dr. Ellison, please introduce yourself and tell us a little something about your organization.
Well, good morning, Destiny.
Good morning.
Good morning. I am Kimberly Ellison. You all don't have to Kimberly, to be a little bit more casual. However, I did meet Dr. Mouton this summer. He was a part of our Gemstones and Gentlemen Summer Enrichment Program that we have for young girls and boys ages 7 to 17 in the DFW Metroplex area. However, our mother organization is House of Ruth Jewels, and that is a ministry that God has blessed me to birth a few years ago in 2009. It is for women, for healing and restoration for women. We have conferences and studies throughout the Metroplex area, and it's, again, one of those things where we allow women to see themselves like God sees them, and not what the world says or what the status says that you should be and look like. And from there, Gemstones and Gentlemen was birthed through House of Ruth Jewels. And so, as a derivative of that, we have Corporate Jewel, and that's equipping kingdom women for workplace success.
Thank you. Tell us about the event that you have coming up for the Christian women.
Right, so it's Corporate Jewel, and Corporate Jewel University is our summer program or spring program for women. It's equipping kingdom women for workplace success. I say that because we think about the workplace, we think about corporate America and those various things that people in general have to go through, but specifically women have to encounter in the workplace. And to be quite honest, still today, there's a huge disparity. There's a 21% or greater wage gap between men and women in the workplace. So what that means is, women, if you apply for a job today, or you're transitioning into a new career, and you look at Dr. Mouton's resume and my resume, automatically the wage gap, just from being male and female, would be a 21% gap on the job offer. So you have to understand the disparity. So it's not a negative connotation to say, oh, we're going to increase, women in the workplace so we can make as much as men. No, it's actually identifying gaps in the areas where women can actually grow and learn and develop. And so through our Corporate Jewel program, we have 3 different phases. We have personal expansion, professional enhancement, and spiritual growth. All right, so we take you through a series of sessions in the spring, and you go through those personality profiles. We take you through a career assessment. What are you interested in? What do you really want to do? And so it's aligning your purpose, aligning those gifts that you have, that innate gift that God has given you to actually live out your purpose through your career. And just by show of hands, well, no, we don't have to show hands. Maybe you know somebody that go to work every day and it's like, okay, I got kids, I got to pay bills, I got to go to work. I don't really have the passion for what I do. Anybody know anyone like that? All right, so that's the key, is that we can live on purpose. We can go to work. We can have entrepreneurship. We can have small businesses where it aligns with what God has placed in you. And so that personal piece, it actually helps you see what your gifts are. It layers your top 10, 11 gifts, and you function in those top 3. And so we move from there into your professional expansion, and we talk about attitude in the workplace, altitude in the workplace, networking, how to engage in that corporate gameplay but not compromise your Christian character. Those are critical components for women in the workplace. All right, so I can talk all day about it, but the spiritual development piece is we talk about the 4 C's of a diamond: your cut, clarity, color, and your carat weight. Okay, what are those things that make up women in the workplace, and how do you identify and be the sparkle and diamond jewel that you are, and not compromise your sparkle, or not be in the presence of others and shrink because you're afraid that they won't be accepting of the gifts that you have. So it's amazing for women. We graduated 2, and I say graduated because it is a certificate program. And these women have gone on to continue in their careers. Some have started their own businesses. Some have even transitioned over into other career fields. So again, that's Corporate Jewel University. Now, Corporate Jewel is the Corporate Jewel Women's Conference we have coming up. You'll see the flyers and everything in the foyer out there. However, I wanted to share with you, we will have an array of women from various different backgrounds, different industries, from every level, because leadership is not just at the senior level or mid-management level. You can be a leader at any level and wherever you work. Leadership is influence. And so if you want to come to the conference, we will have various things set up outside for you to talk with you more a little bit about that.
Okay. So why should our women sign up for this event?
Well, one thing that I think is true is that if you think about Luke 1:45, which is, blessed is she who believes that what God has for her or said would be accomplished. And that's the thing. Oftentimes, for women, we wear all different types of hats, and we rarely take time to feed our own development, to feed our own spirit. This is an opportunity for you as an individual, as a woman, to take a look at yourself holistically. So not just career, not just mom, not just sister, daughter, or wife. This is an opportunity for you to take a look at the gifting that you have and that you use on a regular basis, and how you can percolate that over into your career. How can you have meaningful, and you know, people will ask me when I'm at work, what you drink this morning? Why are you so excited? Because I love what I do, not just outside of work, but in the workplace. So I want to challenge each of you to really take a look at what are those areas from a professional standpoint that you need to align. Your personal, your professional, and your spiritual self should be aligned, and that is critical. You don't have to work in an area where it's taxing on you physically because it affects your body. You don't have to work in an area where it attacks you mentally because it affects your capability, your capacity for your family. So I encourage you to sign up. I want to share a little bit about some of the topics, if you all don't mind. We have something called Normalizing Women Leadership in the 21st Century. We have about, Forbes actually published the top 50 women, CEOs in the world. And 50 sounds like a lot, but we're only like 5% of the executive companies for Fortune 500 executive for women. That's a very small amount. When you talk about the disparity between the wage gaps, and when you talk about women, we systematically, no one makes us do this. We systematically downplay our skills, and we systematically do it. We will take a look at a job posting, and they will have about 20 responsibilities or competencies that you're supposed to have. You would have about 19. And almost systematically, women will say, I don't have what it takes for the job. If one of our male counterparts look at this job posting, it could be 20 things. They can have 10. They're like, I'm in this thing. I got this. They better hire me. That's the way we are designed. And so it's to help women not just with the confidence and esteem, but also we want to talk about how do we close that gap of 33% of women not being in executive level or leadership. And I get that. Everybody doesn't want to do that. But leadership is at your own level. However, what do? We have to teach what those business, strategy, and financial acumen look like. We got that personality thing, women. We can turn it on and off. We have kids to do that for, We know how to be in different environments and maximize. We can do anything. However, studies show that if we maximize business strategy and financial acumen, we would blow the men out the water. No, I'm joking. But again, that's what helps close that gap. Right?
Okay. How did you end up at Destiny Church?
Well, actually, my husband and I we are members of Destiny, Farron Ellison, and then I have a son, Farron Ellison III, and I have a daughter who's 3 years old, McKinley Grace. We actually visited Destiny. We've been coming here for about a year and a half, and we recently joined this year. But I heard about Destiny long, long, long ago. I used to go to Destiny's Wednesday night Bible studies over there off of 20 when we were at the Seventh-day Adventist Church going when they weren't meeting. So I've been, again, a part of the Destiny family for a very long time. We recently joined where we actually committed, and when commitment is making that leap of membership and being fully committed to the Destiny family. That was this year.
Okay. You have a saying, broken crayon, still color. Tell us more about that.
Oh, yeah. That's one of my sayings, that broken crayon, still color. No matter what situation or anything that you've encountered in your life. I also have this tagline because people say, oh, Dr. Ellison, Dr. Ellison. And I think I hold that in high esteem. However, who much is given, much is required. But you also have to know I have a journey from the projects to the PhD. And that's what I also share. Because you see the dress, you see the makeup, but you don't know my story. So I want to share with women that broken crayons still color. You break it in half, if you tear the tip off the sharpest point, they still color. It's still beautiful. And so I encourage you all to remember, no matter where you are, those broken crayons still color. And the biggest thing is we don't have to color inside the lines. That's the biggest lie that our elementary teachers told us. I'm sorry. That stay inside the lines, because that's where everybody else is. You know, God didn't create us to look like and be like everybody else. He's given us a unique pattern and a unique path and a unique journey. And believe it or not, our likenesses are greater than our differences. Right. If you really think about it, we all go through various journeys, and we are more alike than we are different. And so it's, again, taking a look at your individual pattern, the uniqueness of your color, and beginning to just color. Because no matter what, you're still available. All God wants is capability. He wants the willingness. That's all he wants us, is to be available. And so everything that you've been through actually leads up to where you are now. And so I would love to share with you that it doesn't matter. Your today does not mean that's going to look like it tomorrow. Just because you don't have it today doesn't mean you won't have it in the future. And oftentimes we'll begin to believe that where we are today is the ultimate end. It's just a part of the process. And so I encourage you women to come out, be a part of the Corporate Jewel Professional Women's Conference. Don't be afraid. Some people look and they start to get intimidated quickly. Oh, I don't fit in that group, or I don't work where she works, or I don't know how to talk like that, or I don't know how to wear this. Well, come aboard and bring your uniqueness, bring your individuality, bring your skills, because, again, there's not another you. And so everything that you have is valuable to the kingdom, and it's valuable to other women, and come out and not only learn, but share.
Amen. Okay, thank you. So how do women sign up?
We're going to sign up. Heather Gregory is here. She is our ministry coordinator and communications for all 3 of our organizations. We will be in the foyer today, and you can sign up at corporatejewelpwc.com, or you can sign up today. Now, kicker, it is on a Friday, and people say, Friday? Well, when Beyonce dancing on Friday, when Janet Jackson on Friday, and when everybody else on Friday, you're taking out, you're doing all this stuff, but when it comes to you, you're not good enough to take off for yourself on a Friday. So I want to encourage you to think about that. But you can sign up in the foyer today for women. What we're doing specifically for women today. If you are unemployed, okay, if you are unemployed, you're going to be able to attend the conference for free. For free. All right? If you are a woman of destiny and you are a part of destiny today, we will be able to get you a discount. I don't want to say discount, you know there's no discount for greatness. A special. And so for that, today you can sign up with us, and we'll give you a special for signing up for the conference. Again, I forgot some of the topics. We have a topic for our breakout. It's called Selfie. And it's taking a look at your competencies over the years, because when you look at your resume, oftentimes you just see what responsibility, what you've done, but there's competencies in there. You've built some things, and you've established some things for yourself, and we're going to help you take a look at that and see how you truly look when you start and when you apply for those positions. We also have something, becoming the CLO of you, the Chief Learning Officer of you and your career. And one more important, I love this one, is the Woman Strategist. Men have no problem building an expert team. Women, we are challenged with taking people around us and making an expert team. The reason why we are challenged at doing so is because we stay caught up in the small things. I don't like the way he treats me. I don't like the way she talks to me. She looks coming here, looking at me all kind of ways. She thinks she's better than people. You have to start thinking about the area of competency to help you be successful. So it's building those strategic approaches to developing people around you so that it's twofold. You become successful, but you also help other people become successful. So I encourage you to come out. I will be facilitating a session called Rebrand, the Rebrand. And that's taking your personal brand and rebranding it. People don't know what that looks like. You just feel like you want to go into another area. You know, like, oh, I don't want to do this anymore. Well, you have to rebrand yourself. And so we're going to talk about those rebranding strategies and how you can do that in a way that you may not have to start all the way back over. So let's kind of look at it together and see how we can help you with your rebranding strategy.
All right, Dr. Ellison, thank you so much for joining Destiny and investing in women with this potential, empowering, enrichment opportunity. Let's give Dr. Ellison a round of applause, please. Is there anything else you'd like to briefly share?
Let me see, I wrote some notes. I ain't getting on them. All right. Yes, I would love for you to like us on Facebook at Corporate Jewel, and also follow us on Twitter and Instagram as @CorporateJewel. I would love to see you all there to share with us in the Corporate Jewel Professional Women's Conference. I want to thank Pastor Womack and the Destiny family, First Lady Cynthia Womack, and Dr. Mouton for actually allowing me to have this opportunity, but most importantly, to God be the total glory, because our gifting is not for us, it's so that we can share it with others.
Thank you so much, very much.